What's going on, guys? It's Brandon here with Roadrunner Sports, and today we're reviewing the ASICS GEL-Nimbus 23. If you're looking for a neutral shoe with a little bit of support that you can use as a daily trainer, then keep watching this video. Alright, before we get into the GEL-Nimbus 23, I need you to leave a comment below and let me know what you want to know about the Nimbus Lite 2. So I haven't put as many miles in this one quite yet, but the review's coming soon, and I know there's going to be a lot of questions between the differences of these two shoes. So please leave the comments below, and let's get into this review now. The GEL-Nimbus 23 has been an awesome shoe. When I unboxed the shoe, I was actually at the Roadrunner Sports store, and a lot of the associates were really excited about it because of the upgrades on this shoe. The thing that they were most excited about was the midsole. Over the summer, I've had the opportunity to run in a couple of different ASICS brands, including the ASICS Nova Blast, which has the Flight Foam Blast, which is super squishy and a little bit responsive cushioning. This is kind of like, still, it's their Flight Foam midsole material, but it is it's kind of that midway point between the Blast and what they've traditionally used. So it has a ton of cushion, and the toe off is extremely bouncy. With this shoe, I did also run in a custom insole, so you can see I have a bit of support on this shoe already. But moving into the midsole of the shoe, the trussic system of the shoe does provide a bit of support, and the trussic system is actually gender specific. So men and women are going to have a different trussic system on their shoe to help balance them out as best as possible. So I can't really speak to the differences on the women's shoe, but for myself, this trussic system as well as the slight arch support I have from the midsole were awesome. So I really felt like I just needed a bit of support, and this shoe was great for that. So sticking with the midsole, as it's the most important part of the shoe and is really going to define how you feel about it, let's go over the back of it a little bit. So we have the Flight Foam midsole technology here, which they've been able to get more lightweight over the years, and that allows them to also put more gel in the shoe to give you that additional shock absorption. And because the midsole is more lightweight and it's more, I guess, responsive, the toe off is awesome. That was probably one of my favorite parts about this shoe, was that when you're running kind of more on your forefoot or when you're toeing off, you really feel that responsiveness from the midsole. And overall, that's what made it the best ride for me, was having the responsive toe off on this shoe. And then the midsole technology on the medial post is supplemented with that trussic system that we talked about earlier. This is not a stability shoe, but it does give you a little bit of stability. So if you're looking for a little bit of stability when you're on your daily runs, this is definitely a shoe that you should be checking out. And another thing to know is that the upper is very comfortable. It has a wide toe box. That's one of the reasons I love ASICS so much, is because the toe box is perfect for my foot. I feel like I have a normal width foot, not wide. I don't go to wide shoes, but it's definitely not narrow. I can't fit in narrow shoes, and ASICS toe boxes really do that for me. And so kind of that combined with the excellent toe off, like this part of the shoe was a total home run. The rest of the shoe is awesome too, but that was my favorite part of the shoe. The upper is made from 20% recycled materials, so I think that's really awesome for ASICS to be taking strides in that direction of being a more sustainable company. So being in San Diego, we have the blessing of not having a ton of weather variants, but I was able to run in cold weather as well as warm weather in this shoe, just because as we're going through kind of a season change, it's getting pretty cold at night. By our standards. So the shoe does a really good job of being breathable in the heat, but if you're running in colder weather, you're not going to have to worry too much about your foot freezing, because it's not so breathable that the air is just flowing right through and freezing your foot. Also, if you're running at night, you're not going to have to worry about not being seen. There is a really reflective panel on the back, which I appreciated. But getting away from the technology for a second and just talking about how did the shoe feel overall, the shoe felt really good. As my foot slid in, it really was just kind of hugged by the plushness of the collar on the shoe. So it's not tight. If you don't lock down, you will have a little bit of heel slippage, so I do recommend locking down on the shoe pretty tight. On my first run, I just kind of laced it up and I went out, and I didn't lock it down, and I had a little bit of heel slippage, so that's something to note. With this shoe, definitely take advantage of that second eyelet, and you can try a runner's knot, you can try, whatever you need. But for me, what worked was just kind of making sure that all the laces were pulled down tight. And that's something that I want you to know before you try this shoe out. I would say that this shoe is definitely for somebody who is looking to put in a lot of miles. The Flight Foam technology has been awesome. It's been super responsive. And in my other ASICS shoes in the Flight Foam in the past, it's stayed responsive after many miles. So I'm hoping that this is going to last me a ton of miles. I've got about 18 in so far, and it's done phenomenal. When we get to the outsole, we have the flex screws as they have in all the ASICS shoes, as well as the ASICS high abrasion rubber. So that's what makes ASICS such a great brand, is that they have the high abrasion rubber, so your shoe's gonna last a long time in terms of tread and having grip, and especially when it gets a little bit wet out. And the Flight Foam midsole is going to last a really long time and stay responsive. So the ASICS GEL-Nimbus 23, I really enjoyed running in this shoe. You should try it out if you're thinking about getting it. Make sure to join Roadrunner Sports VIP. You get 90 days to try this shoe out. So you can run in it more than I have. Make sure to have your full opinion and really see if this is the right shoe for you. And if it's not, you can send it back to us and we'll get you a better shoe that fits your needs. And you get free shipping on all your online orders. So right now that is crucial. Make sure to take advantage of that. All right, guys, I hope I helped you make every mile count with this review, and we'll see you on the road.